Ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that I wanted to kill myself. Ever since I was a little girl, I'd get trauma, then try to heal myself. Girls like me, girls like me, girls like me, girls like me. Girls like me are just waiting to die, rotting all day, letting time fly by. I really, really, really wanna die. I really, really, really wanna die. Girls like me are just waiting to die, rotting all day, letting time fly by. I really, really, really wanna die. I really, 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 really wanna die. Ever since I was a little girl, I always knew that I wanted to kill myself. Ever since I was a little girl, I'd get trauma, then try to heal myself. Girls like me, 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 girls like me. We're just waiting to die, rotting all day, letting time fly by. I really, really, really wanna die. I really, really, really wanna die. Girls like me are just waiting to die, rotting all day, letting time fly by. Just wait, I really, really, really wanna die. I really, really, really wanna die. Girls like me are just waiting to die, rotting all day, letting time fly by. I really, really, really wanna die. I really, really, really wanna die. Girls like me are just waiting to die, rotting all day, letting time fly by. I really, really, really wanna die. I really, really, really wanna die. Girl power, we can do anything. Girl power, buy my own wedding ring. I love being a girl, I'll do a little twirl. Always be kind, let me speak my mind. I have something I need to say. I have something I need to say. I love taking hits of my best friend's vape, but I'll never buy my own. I love taking hits of my best friend's vape. I'm a vape queen on my vape throne. Girls love vape, I'm a vape girl. Girls love vape, do a vape, do a vape. Girls love vape, I'm a vape girl. Girls love vape, do a vape twirl. I have something I need to say. I have something I need to say. I love taking hits of my best friend's vape, but I'll never buy my own. I love taking hits of my best friend's vape. I'm a vape queen on my vape throne. Girls love vape, I'm a vape girl. Girls love vape, do a vape, do a vape. Girls love vape, I'm a vape girl. Girls love vape, do a vape twirl. I love to vape, it's a vape adventure. The power of friendship will last forever.
Welcome back to the Natalie's Lounge. We are so back. We're so back.
Hi, my name is Natalie.
I'm gonna try and take this sound gate off real quick. Ethan, can you say something?
Hello. 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 I'm saying something.
Natalie?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Okay. I'll just.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
You need me to say more?
No,
I
you're
can
good.
Say more if
No,
you need me to
you're
say
good.
more.
You're good. You're
Okay.
good. I'll just turn the volume up a little bit.
Fantastic. I'm also talking really quietly right now, but I do get loud, so like I don't turn it
Yeah.
up too far.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn it up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna be a little bit more quiet than usual.
I'll reel myself in. Even though
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really difficult.
Reel it in, Natalie, reel it in.
It's a hard time.
I know. All right, this should be good.
This one looks weird, so I don't trust it.
Okay.
We're trying to find an autism test for the three of us to take.
Do we?
My friend who like has autism sent me one to take.
Sorry, I'm stuck on this presentation.
Oh, Greta, do your work
Do your work.
right now.
Do your work right
I'm
now.
gonna stare directly into the camera. Do your work, Greta. Work. Right now. It's in the group chat though,
Dude.
so it's gonna be like 70 billion texts away to find the
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
RADS or the autism test they want me to
Oh
take.
my gosh.
My friends were very, very deeply like, you need to take an autism test right now. And I started taking one while we were on like a Discord call together, and I got overwhelmed by the fact that it was too ambiguous. And that's probably gonna happen again because that's happened every
Well-
time I've tried to take an online autism
Th-
test.
Anytime you take an online test, it's gonna be, or just like a written test, anything that's like, you know, set in stone, kind of like IQ tests and stuff. It's always gonna be inaccurate because of those, you know.
I need to be assessed by like a real person.
Yeah, you need to be that essentially, yeah. Can I just take a moment and appreciate the starting soon screen that I crafted in like 5 minutes?
Yes.
Looks great.
It looks so good, dude. All the pictures of Milo go so hard.
That is
like-
my
I like the,
baby boy, my son.
I like the matching sweaters.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
the-
That was an accident.
Oh,
I
Oh,
forgot
really?
that I
I'm
had
sorry.
that sweater, and I bought him a
Dude.
sweater. And then when I pulled out like my winter clothes,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, we have matching sweaters!"
That's awesome. Dude, it looks like they were a matching set.
It was like they both have like the knitted like crocheted parts too that like
Yeah,
match down
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
like center of them, so it's so sweet. Milo loves clothes like genuinely.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Yeah, he enjoys sweaters, specifically the ones that are like a little bit too small for him. I think he just likes being compressed. a
Yeah,
little bit.
he needs those anxiety vests.
I need to get him like a thunder.
I need an
shirt.
anxiety vest. What the fuck? Dude, I got a vest for Jane. She doesn't hate it,
Okay.
actually.
I love that.
I'm gonna test it out more in
Oh, that's not
the
Jane. That was my laptop.
Oh
Fucking
my
falling. I heard rustling and I thought it was Jane, and it was
Okay,
just-
I did that earlier today. Like something moved and I was like, "Oh, hi. Jane's
Oh,
nowhere to be
Jane.
found." Yeah. I don't know where she is right now,
You
actually.
can blame it on the ghosts.
Yeah, so did I tell you that the dwelling is haunted?
Oh no!
It's like chill.
I'm gonna sleep
It's
here.
chill. It's chill. They're fine.
No,
they
they're-
haven't done anything
They're
like
friendly. They're friendly.
they're friendly. They're like Casper. It hasn't been anything like, you know, it's just been like weird noises. Nothing even remotely scary, just
They
weird.
like to have fun.
They like to have fun, yeah. And I respect that. You know, I appreciate and I respect ghosts having fun,
Mhm.
you know.
I mean, it's not like there's anything we can really do about it. but-
Right,
I
right,
mean, you
right.
could get an exorcism on the house.
Don't say that.
Could have it.
We would never do
blessed.
that. We would never do
No,
that.
no.
No, no.
We're looking for August 11th. In my
Look, if a homie if I was a ghost, I would want to have a little bit of fun, you
Mhm.
know? And if I'm not hurting anybody, I'm just having a little bit of fun.
I mean, what else are you gonna do with the rest of your afterlife? You know.
Right. Like ascend to the 50th dead world?
I don't
No.
think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to stick around in this dump and see what Ethan and Aaron are up to, you know? Goof around with them a little bit.
Yeah.
I like goofy gaffs. I don't mind
I
it.
found it.
You found it?
I
What
had
did
a
you
test.
Are you okay, do you want to send it to me? Do we want to do like are we all going to do like the same quiz?
Yes, we should take the same quiz.
Are we gonna do it simultaneously, or
We can take
are
it
we
at the
gonna
same
take
time.
turns?
I was going to say if you want to like pull it up on your phone or like your laptop or something. We could do that.
Yes.
Or I could pull up two different browsers and we could take turns answering questions.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to Ethan. I don't have any way to contact you, so I'm gonna send it to Aaron.
Discord you?
Oh,
it's
you
a
don't have
Discord.
Ethan on it? Oh my gosh.
I met him today,
True.
so no,
I-
I don't have any
I
way
always-
to contact. I guess I could always Discord him. But
I always forget that the people who I know don't know each other, and
Yeah,
the things that I know, people don't know.
I never did. I've never met this man before in my life before today.
How dare.
How dare? I don't even live here.
You should have known Ethan. He's kind of a figure. He's
Okay,
kind
did
of
he
known.
ever come visit Athens? No. Have I ever been here before? No.
Listen here, honey.
Oh my gosh.
I just knew that would elicit a response.
I will actually beat your ass.
Dude, okay, tell me why my boss called me honey.
I
I
can't.
don't
I don't know your boss.
Don't know.
Is it weirder that my boss called me honey, or that a boss has called Natalie honey in her life?
How is your boss
Probably-
called me honey? Your boss
No,
doesn't know
a
me.
boss. As in, like, you're a girl, so I know that you've been called honey by
Oh,
your
I've been called
boss.
honey so
Yeah,
many times.
right.
I
Which
had
one's weirder?
Discord.
Like it.
I wanna pull this up.
We're not even friends on Discord. What are you doing now?
Okay, you can add me. I don't give a shit.
Oh my gosh.
All of my social media is the exact same. You can add me anywhere you want to. If you can't find me under that handle, I don't have it.
Despicable.
Go directly to the test.
It's all under Natalie Analyzer.
Oh, yeah, you have to send
Very
it to me,
easy and
too.
simple. I thought I did.
On what?
Maybe I did. I didn't. No, I snapped you. I snapped you a minute ago. So
Okay.
fuck you for that. This is
Chill.
the ASPIE quiz specifically.
Is that what it's called?
ASPIE. ASPIE.
I don't know how I feel about that. Why does it say less social media, more Snapchat?
Snapchat is social media.
Exactly.
Chat is Snapchat social media.
Chat. Is chat chat? Yes. You're getting pinned, Clue. Zane, have you been here the whole time? Where have you been? What's going on, Zane? What's going on the home front? He said, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's such a
Zane, how are
baller,
you
dude.
doing? Hope you're well. I
He's so
literally
cool.
never heard anything about you.
Playing Minecraft, though? Dude,
Kind of
Beautiful,
based.
beautiful.
kind of based. I won't even lie.
Ugh, my race is at the top for once.
What the fuck is this, dude? What the hell is this? ASPIE quiz? This looks like it was made in 2000.
This is the one that sent me. I don't know.
Zane just redeemed a white woman jump scare. Thank
This
you
is
for
one
that.
of the ones that I truly, the questions were so ambiguous that I like got frustrated and
We'll work you
quit.
through it.
What am I-
We'll get through it.
What am I supposed to pick for precise ancestry?
Balls.
Thank you for the balls, Clue. Heading to the gym now though? Oh,
Mine was at the
lame.
top. I just chose Hispanic.
No, I'm just kidding. Get them
I
gains,
had
bro.
it easy for once.
I feel like I've been.
Thanks for stopping in, Zane. It's good to
Wait,
see you. It's good to have you here. I hope you get
Oh,
some
thank you.
solid gains in
Shut
the
up.
gym. I hope the
Don't ever
gym
talk to me
chat
that way
is a
again.
little bit more interactive than my
Yes.
chat.
What the heck? You talk about me
Gosh.
all the time.
How to
Um,
woman.
G Mizzy says,
Okay, so
"What is
women
that
are allowed to do
LMAO?"
asshole.
Women
Ah,
are allowed to do whatever they want. Find Caucasian on the list, so I called him a fucking idiot.
is it on the list?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have
I
to
just
scroll
couldn't see it.
down. Unlike Hispanic, you didn't have to scroll down, which is not the typical.
Right.
I don't even remember what he said, but I told him not to talk to me that way.
Is okay? What the fuck am I even looking at?
It's old. Hit I accept. Hit I accept. Fill that out.
Year of birth, 2001.
Baby.
So close to being like a perfect number. Don't even get me started on it.
No, I really enjoy the fact that the majority of the year my like age is the exact same as just the last 2 numbers of the year.
Dude, I love that shit.
It's really nice. Other than like, I mean, mine's in April, so for the first like 4 months, it's not correct, but for the last 8 months, it is.
Select sex at birth. Kind of bigoted.
Yeah, but they also allow you to fill in your gender. So
True. Country. There it is.
This is the
Recent
one Ethan had a
main
hard time.
ancestry?
I couldn't find it. I
What
really
the
couldn't.
fuck
Scroll down.
is Cita de
You
Lavore?
just have to scroll down. You have to scroll down.
I feel like it's not
Scroll
really.
down. It's the first one that doesn't have blocks in front of it.
I couldn't see it. I don't know why.
What about
Easy to
what
find.
about German? I'm Germanic mostly.
You're Caucasian. Select Caucasian.
How can there be so much variety and then just Caucasian?
Because you're white. You don't deserve variety. You're made up of 75 different ancestries. So select Caucasian.
Wow.
That's why it says Caucasian. You're a mixed breed. You're
Oh, I'm
literally
a mutt!
Damn.
I'm a mutt! Oh
I'm also a
no!
mixed breed. Mine's just more spicy than yours.
Fuck. Autism, ASD, Asperger, HFA. I don't think we can use Asperger anymore.
It's not technically a diagnosis, but a lot of people who were diagnosed still
I know.
use it.
ADD, ADHD, OCD, no.
Confirmed.
Social phobia, suspect.
I think that's like social anxiety.
No. Oh God. Okay. Are we
Oh,
getting
yours are
started,
in a
guys?
different order than
Oh, I've already been going.
Oh, Ethan's been going. All right, we're
I
going.
answered one
We're on
question
it.
so far.
All right, guys. Feel free to chime in if you have your own things to say about your own questions. I'm going to go about mine. Do you notice odors that other people don't seem to notice? Actually, okay, wait. Don't know, no, never, a little, yes, often. Okay, got it. Not typically. I've actually not noticed scents that other people have noticed. Do you instinctively become frightened by the sound of a motorbike? Kinda. Are you often delighted by small things like the colors in soap bubbles and the 5-pointed star shape that appears when you cut an apple across the core? That's really that's like really descriptive, this parentheses, but yes. Do you prefer to do things on your own even though you could use others' help or expertise? Absolutely not. If other people have help or expertise, I'm totally willing to take that up. Have you been talked into having sex even if you really didn't want to? No, I'm kind of a horn dog, dude. I won't lie. Do you have difficulty accepting criticism, correction, and okay, wait. Do you have difficulty accepting criticism, correction, and direction? No, I don't think so. Do you have difficulty describing and summarizing things, for example, events, conversations, or something you've read?
That's a question I'm stuck on right now.
Sometimes, sometimes I have like, sometimes I can really paraphrase like a story really well, but sometimes I just get caught up in these like unimportant details and it just trails. I just love to
Terrible at
Yeah,
being succinct.
I would say sometimes because sometimes I'm good at it and sometimes I'm not.
I
Sometimes
can
I'm
if I
like-
know that I like absolutely have to. Like if I have to like get something out as
Right.
quickly and concise as possible,
Yeah,
I am capable of doing it.
yeah.
But it's not my default. Like it's
Yeah.
not what I go
I would go for in between then.
okay.
I would say in between, yeah.
Answering one. Do you feel as if you were being persecuted in some way? Yes. I'm just kidding.
Do you get confused by several verbal instructions at the same time? I mean, I can, but I feel like what this is asking, I'm pretty good at. Like I'm thinking primarily about like working in a grill kitchen and just like taking in all this information periodically over time and then like putting out exactly what's supposed to, be put out, Do you have an urge to jump over things?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
No.
I want to climb on shit so hard.
Okay, I
love
want to
climbing.
climb. I don't want to jump over.
But like
That's climbing.
You have like a waist high like fence.
Oh yeah.
I'm jumping over that shit.
Dude, I'm not even gonna jump over it. I'm jumping up and landing on it.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
parkour god like that.
Damn. Say less.
Do you guys think my sense of humor is fairly conventional?
Yeah, no sense. No, I'm just kidding.
I would say
I'm gonna old yeller him out back. Do you have a gun?
No.
I need to
This
buy a gun.
This is a liberal household.
I need to buy a gun.
Old yell. You got rabies, dude.
I'll take you out back. I'm gonna give you a gentle pat on the head and then shoot you.
Rude.
I'm not gonna shoot anybody. I would never shoot anyone. I don't want to use guns.
Good cover there. In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
I don't even use guns in Minecraft. Do you think my
Oh yeah, we
humor
tried.
is fairly conventional or no?
I would say it's either in between or definitely unconventional.
Greta, what do you think?
Yeah, what is Greta? Oh, is Greta still in the chat?
Greta said that she would stay in the chat, but I think she's
She's probably working on stuff. If we say her name, she might come back.
Greta.
Greta. Greta.
Greta,
Wait,
we
what if?
miss
Wait,
you.
will this attract Greta?
Balls.
No.
What about?
I'm gonna come.
No.
What about?
Mom, I want a vape.
No.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill
Absolutely
you.
not
Give me
gonna bring that
$200.
Greta, do you think my sense of humor is fairly conventional, or is it atypical, or is it? How do you feel,
I don't even know what conventional humor
Dr. Phil?
means.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I don't either.
Yeah. What is? I think that just means are you normie coded?
Am I a normal
not.
person? She said atypical.
Goddamn.
Yeah, just go for it.
We're gonna go.
I don't know what conventional humor is
We're
exactly.
gonna go with no on that one.
Well, this quiz was made in like 1999 or something,
This
right?
one's definitely old.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy travel?
I enjoy
I mean,
travel.
yeah.
Is it hard for you to see why some things upset people so much? Yes. Next
Do you
question.
like tongue kissing? No.
Yes, dude.
Oh my god, I don't want that texture.
Really?
Yes, no. Ugh.
What
it's
about
so,
what about like okay, wait, you're talking about like top tongue, right? The bumps.
Yes. It's
Oh, what about
weird.
under tongue?
No, because then they feel my top tongue, and I don't like
But
that.
okay, but what if you were like kissing God and he doesn't care?
I would never kiss God.
Okay, what if you were
I don't know. I think
what
I
if you're
tongue God a
what if you were kissing a celestial being, lesbian of
They're
course,
still
who
gonna
doesn't care?
feel the top of my tongue.
Who doesn't
I don't
care?
want
Who
them to
doesn't
go through
care?
the texture that I
What if
like.
they like it?
Maybe.
Okay, so what about your personal experience of bottom of the tongue texture?
Yes.
Okay.
If
That was
they,
that
what
was the
they're
answer I wanted.
experiencing is positive and okay, then yes.
Okay. Okay.
But no.
Okay.
Not for me.
I would say just no for you.
It's a weird texture. I don't like it.
I like weird textures.
Okay, pop the fuck off. I don't. I have so many textural issues. Sometimes
That's interesting because I notice a lot of textures, but like I like a lot of them.
I have a lot of problems. If I notice a texture, I have a problem with it.
Oh really?
If that like
That
does
makes
make
sense. Yeah, that
Okay,
does make
Like
sense.
if I've noticed a texture, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna.
You're
enjoy
immediately
it.
clocked.
No.
How do you feel about cotton balls? Pulling them apart?
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
like him either.
Relatable,
No,
relatable.
You're not. It's supposed to
It
stay
feels-
together.
I
It
know.
feels too like
It's so thin.
We
It doesn't
we all
look
have the same
anything.
reaction to
I
cotton
don't
balls
like it.
ripping
It
apart.
Feels, it feels bad. I don't know how to describe it.
It feels bad. It feels like it feels
like
like
nails on chalkboard.
It feels
I'm
like
I don't know
if-
what to do with
if
my
you
body
took-
right now.
if you took like your veins and ripped them out of your arm,
yeah,
but
that's
without
it's
the
eliciting
viscera.
the exact same feeling.
Yes, that's exactly the feeling.
Mm.
Do you avoid talking because you cannot reliably predict how others will react, especially strangers? Nope. I just be doing the shit, you know what I mean? Can you easily remember verbal instructions? We'll do a maybe on that. Do you enjoy spinning in circles? I kind of do, just a little bit.
I get so dizzy so
I get
quickly.
me
but
too.
I genuinely enjoy like being able to spin. I just can't physically spin for
I'll
very
say
long
2 on
because
that.
of my like inner ear birth defect.
Oh,
Because, like,
really?
I can't balance myself.
Well, that's
So when I'm spinning,
yeah.
like I get so dizzy.
That might be
and
unrelated,
so, like,
though.
affected so quickly.
Yeah.
I also like when I was being diagnosed with my birth defect at age 19, which is insane. It's a
Yeah, you
birth
don't
defect.
get to have developmental because of that.
No, I like when I was being diagnosed, they did this thing where they like blew air into my ears and like over
Ooh.
my eyes, and that affected me so. I was in like the testing center for it for like 4 hours because I was so like affected by the majority of the tests that they were like.
Really?
The doctor, when he came, he was like, I diagnosed you after the first test, but we
Yeah.
still had to do the rest
Right.
of the test.
Right. Yeah.
And it was supposed to only take like 2 hours. It took 4 because I had to take like a breather. I had to leave the testing room for a little bit to like deal with everything. One of the first things that they did was they had me like close my eyes and step in place. Most people will like go forward and backwards a little bit when they're like stepping just because of like the momentum and like movement. I turned,
Oh, really?
which you're not supposed
yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Because since my like ears, my
You,
brain
like,
fully
shifted
relies
while
on
you were,
my
like,
eyes
stepping.
to be able to keep balance.
Yeah.
I like fully shifted, and it was
Oh,
always
wow.
to the left. So
That's
like,
interesting.
So they diagnosed me as having it worse in my left ear than in my right because I kept veering to
Oh.
the left.
Interesting.
Fun facts.
Yeah.
This is a bilateral vestibulopathy a support stream. All proceeds go to bilateral vestibulopathy.
All proceeds go
research.
directly into my pocket.
I don't even think they're doing research into
I-
BLVP.
I've gotten a total of like $120 from Twitch. I got another payout of $60. I wasn't even expecting it. It just dropped it in my bank account.
When did you become affiliate?
Became affiliate in like February.
Okay, so like, what was that? Like 7 months of work, you made $120.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
Not bad. Doing an average of like
Mhm.
7 hours a stream. 2 streams a week.
Yeah, you're making like 50 cents an hour.
Yeah,
at this
pretty
point.
much.
Oh man.
I think we calculated it. It was like, oh, actually, I don't remember what it was. It wasn't a lot. It was a few cents.
Do you wring your hands, rub your hands together, or twirl? As I was literally sitting here doing this when I was feeling uncomfortable.
Never.
I
Do you-
I don't really like wring my hands, but I like pick at my fingers like all the
Oh,
time.
I be peeling my
Dude,
skin.
at work whenever I don't have
constantly.
anything to do, I'm just like
I'm
doing
a
stuff with my
big like
hands.
skin picker. I'm
Yeah, me
working on it.
too.
I actually, when I got off of my antidepressants, I stopped biting my nails.
When I started vaping, I stopped biting my nails.
That didn't help me
Really?
at all. I stopped I was able to like once I got off of my antidepressants, I was able to like form habits that were like
Mm.
I had never been able to do before.
Yeah.
But I also my antidepressants were unintentionally treating my OCD, and so it got like really, really bad when I was off my antidepressants.
Oh.
It was like I couldn't leave my house for a
Really?
little bit because I was genuinely so convinced that like my house was gonna explode or catch on fire, or that like Milo was gonna die, or that my family was gonna
Yeah.
die, or all my
Yeah.
friends were gonna die if I did
Oh,
anything.
dang, that's intense.
I like I still Greta can tell you literally yesterday before I left I made my air mattress bed because I was convinced that Greta's house was gonna blow up if I went to the store
Oh,
without
you
my
might have
bed
OCD.
I have a diagnosis.
Yeah, you might
for
have OCD.
Because mine is like it's not
She
the,
did.
like,
She made it.
it's not the like cute, like, romanticized version of OCD that's just,
Did you
like,
fold a swan at the foot of it?
No, but I did fold, like, she gave me 2 blankets and I put one at the foot and one at, like, a blanket.
Okay.
I don't have, like, the cute, like, romanticized OCD that's just, like, being really organized and, like, really
It's not a
clean.
real thing. I'm
but it's, like,
convinced. I'm
it's-
convinced it's not real.
I have, like, really bad intrusive thoughts
Yeah.
about, like driving my car off of a bridge.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
or, like, my entire family and everyone that I love dying in a horrible way because
The-
I don't, like, do one specific thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is, like, not normal.
yeah.
When I got off of my antidepressants, I went off technically by myself and in a
Oh.
very bad way.
Yeah.
The antidepressant that I was on, my doctor told me that, like, when she withdraws people from it, because it causes, like, withdrawal symptoms
Yeah.
when you go off of the antidepressant I was on. She was like, I usually recommend, like, 8 to 12 weeks of tapering to get off of it. I went off of it in a week.
Oh,
I
better
went
than
through
cold turkey.
2 weeks of severe withdrawal where I was, like, vomiting, not able to
Oh,
eat anything.
no
I couldn't
way.
even drink water. My roommate wanted to take me to the hospital a couple of times.
I would.
Yeah.
And I, like,
I don't
told her,
blame 'em.
I was like, I refused to go because I was so scared to leave my house.
Oh my
So
god.
I, like, I spent 2 weeks literally just, like, curled up in the fetal position in my bed.
Jesus
And then once I
Christ.
got out of the withdrawal, I felt so much better. But then, like, all of my OCD symptoms started, like, hitting so hard.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I, like, now that I'm, like, medicated in a stable way that's, like, actually, like, good for me,
Yeah.
I can, like, look back at things and I'm like, I don't understand how I wasn't diagnosed earlier.
Right.
Because
Right.
I, like, one of the things I had was, like, a fixation on threes.
Yeah.
Like, specifically the number 3. I
Okay.
love the number 3. The number 3 is my favorite number. Most of the time in school, I was, like, the 3rd in the class because of where my last name is.
Oh, so like
And so
enforced
I,
it.
I really, like, pushed it down, like, beat it
Yeah,
into me
yeah.
that, like, 3 was my number. But, like, I would eat foods in 3s. So if I was, like, eating chips, if it wasn't, like, in a 3, I would have to either, like, have more chips or I would literally
Whoa.
throw away bags in a chips in a bag if it didn't add up to, like, a 3. I, like, specifically I fixated on 3, 9, and 27. 27 is really good because it's 3 cubed, so that's
Yeah.
and 9 is good because it's 3 times 9. 3 times 3 so it's like those are safe numbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the fact that I have safe numbers is not normal either.
Yeah.
And when I was talking about, I thought that I like went back to my doctor after I went off of my antidepressants for like anti-anxiety medication. I was telling
Mhm.
her like everything that I was dealing with, and she was like, "Have you ever been like talked to about possible OCD?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "I'm really convinced that you have OCD now."
Yeah. I'm convinced.
She was like, "None of what you're describing is just normal anxiety." And I was like, and I know that
Yeah.
because even while I was on my antidepressant, I had anxiety.
Mhm.
And I was like, I know that this is not like even the baseline for me. Like, this is really weird. I threw away pots and pans because I left them in the sink for too long and I was convinced that they would never get clean.
Bro.
I threw away dishes, pots and pans, like Tupperware. Like, I threw away so much stuff because I like didn't clean it soon enough.
Mhm.
And I thought that it would never, I cleaned it so many, I bleached these things and I still
What
was
the
convinced they
Oh
weren't
my god.
clean.
You were unwell.
I was very unwell.
Greta says I have to hop off, but I love you guys. Have a fun night.
I love you.
Thank you so much for popping in. So good to have you
Get
here.
to work, bitch.
Get to work, bitch.
I love you, Greta. Have a good night.
Bye. Here's the
I'll
balls
see you
for the road,
tomorrow.
Balls.
She doesn't.
but it's for her.
She's doing perfectly fine without them.
Bye, balls.
And she needs to stay off the balls.
She does need to stay off
And
the
the J words.
No J words allowed in the Chek broadcast. We
No.
see a J name in the chat, banned
Unless
immediately.
it's from a woman.
Unless it's a woman. Yeah, we will clarify.
J
Um,
named men are awful.
Before you go into that, I need help.
What's up?
Okay, what do you need help?
Okay. Do you tend to look a lot at people you like and little or not at people you dislike? Okay.
I feel like this is about like
Do you
eye
tend
contact.
to look a lot at people you like and a little or not at all people you dislike?
Isn't that a normal thing?
I don't like looking at people I don't like.
I don't like looking at any people.
I don't like looking at people. Yeah, I mean, but I also do like looking at people.
I like looking at people when they don't know that I'm looking at them.
I like looking at people who are interesting. Not necessarily if I like them or not.
I like people watching.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I like looking at
Exactly.
unsuspecting victims.
Yes, yes.
Of my staring.
But it doesn't have to do with if I like them or not. Like like if I like somebody, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking at you," or I'll be like, "I'm not gonna stare at you because it's weird and I'm in public." And then if it's somebody I don't like, I'm gonna be like, "I'm gonna look at you," or I'm not gonna look at you because it's weird because I'm in public.
Sometimes I get freaked out when I like make too much eye contact.
I'm gonna say I
I'm
don't
like
know.
doing too much,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm like I overwhelm myself about eye contact.
Yeah, I just avoid that altogether by never looking at it.
I would say no. I would put 0 for you.
For 0? So that would mean that I don't look at people. No, I think I'll put 1 because it's in the middle.
Okay, because you do look at people.
Yeah, but it
Okay.
doesn't have to do with whether I like them or not.
Okay.
It just depends on if they're interesting.
So ambiguous. I don't like it.
We can work through it. We can work through it. We got this.
I'm gonna rage quit. This
How far are
test.
both of you guys, by the way? Are you guys still working on it?
I'm on question 35 out of 119.
I have like 10 questions to go.
119?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
That's what
get
it said.
I gotta get
It's
marathoning on this.
119
I'm
mixed
at
question.
105 out of 119.
Oh my!
Ethan is a fucking
I'm on
trucker.
16,
Jesus
bro.
You would be a long haul driver.
In a conversation, do you tend to focus on your own
You're
thoughts
looking for jobs.
rather than on
They're
what your
always
listener might be
hiring.
thinking?
You'd be on the road.
Kind of part.
You don't have any responsibilities.
Sure. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad job for real.
As someone who like commits to long haul drives, it's honestly not that bad. Especially once you've driven it once, your brain isn't like processing everything the whole time that you're driving, so you kind of can zone out. Like, I don't remember probably 90% of the trip here because I've driven it so many times. Well, not to here, but like to Athens.
Yeah.
The drive here felt longer than my 12-hour drive because I was processing so much new information that I had never
Right.
because I've never driven on 77 before.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Hmm.
I've never taken 77.
Okay.
So I like also the exit to get onto 77 is so stupid. It's in West Virginia. The way that I went from Athens, you have to like go through West Virginia, and it has this like whack ass like you're at a turn lane that doesn't have a light, so you turn and then it's like this super curvy like entrance lane to the highway. And I was stuck behind a semi truck, and then they also had cones and like construction going on.
Oh boy.
So I was trying to pass the semi because I thought I could just get onto the highway, but then there were cones in front of me. So I had to slow all the way down to let the semi in front of me because they were like, we were at the verge of where we were either going to crash or I had to let the semi go. So obviously I let the semi go. But I was like stuck behind the semi for like a mile after that. And I was so pissed off.
I would have passed him.
I didn't have room to without like him either going off
really?
of the road or crashing into me. And I'm in a tiny Kia Rio, which is the smallest sedan that Kia makes, so it's a little lady.
Oh man. Yeah. If I can't go 80 on the highway, I'm kind of pissed. the whole
Okay,
time.
I settle at 75 most of the time because at 80 my car
75,
shakes.
80.
At 80 my car shakes.
I had a thing where my car would shake between 70 and 80, and it was the most fucking irritating thing of all time.
Dude, my car shakes.
If I just like sit at 75, I can just go. I like driving 75. It's easy, it's simple, it makes sense.
I need to go as fast as I can possibly go.
Yeah.
I need to be done driving.
Yeah, right. What is traditional dating?
Like
Getting to know somebody. I don't know. Like dating apps, I guess.
Dating apps are not traditional at all.
Wait, really?
No.
They are now, but
Yeah, I feel
in
like they're kinda normal
1999,
now. I mean, like, going and getting a coffee and talking.
I think,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Like,
feel like
actually going on, like, in-person dates with each other would be, like, traditional dating.
okay. So
Like, anything that's,
No.
like, long distance, anything that you have to, like, call someone for.
I was thinking the other
dating.
way around. I was thinking like my form of dating is like
Texting.
hook up on the first date and then hang out.
That is not traditional dating.
Yeah, definitely not. So I'm gonna say no. Do you need okay, this confused me. Do you need to do things yourself in order to remember them?
Like, if somebody tells you
Yes.
how to do something, will you remember it?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
do you
Okay,
need to, like,
yes.
I have
I
to have
see.
it, like, explained to
Yeah.
me, shown to me, and then
And I
do
need to
it
try it myself. Yes.
And then
I
I'll
feel
know
like-
how to do
I feel
it.
like it's fairly normal to like have to do things yourself in order to understand.
I think so too. I think there's maybe some people who are like good at picking things up just through observation. But regardless, it's still better to
100%,
do
if
it.
I don't do it myself, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, me too.
At all. Do
Hmm.
you have meltdowns when stressed or overwhelmed? Absolutely. I think every single except for Ethan has seen me have a meltdown where I was stressed out and just screaming.
When have I seen you stressed out and screaming?
You've absolutely seen me stressed out and screaming.
Have I though? I don't remember a lot.
We're
of
not
that.
talking about it on stream, but yes.
You'll have to remind me later. Do you feel you have to be
Oh,
on
wait, no, you
guard
weren't
with
there
your
for
friends?
it.
No.
Never mind. I don't think you have, actually.
Okay. I didn't.
I don't think
so.
you were there for it.
I've always imagined you as calm, collective, demure,
I literally
mindful.
had a meltdown in C6 on Mill Iron, but I think you were at work when it
No
happened.
way. Can't believe I
No,
missed that.
it was a very it was a very bad situation. And
Yeah.
I had an insane meltdown. I had a meltdown at my apartment, then went to your guys' apartment and had another meltdown about the same situation. And then I had a meltdown literally for like a year after it.
Oh my god. Real quick, how long are we leaving the soup till to check on?
Oh, I should probably go check on
So
it.
check on the soup. Do you
Oh my
prefer
God.
to only meet people you know one-on-one or in small familiar groups? I would say it's easier to meet one-on-one.
I feel like you don't really have too much trouble with it.
Yeah.
It's like big groups.
It kind of depends.
Like, I definitely have trouble with big groups for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You prefer, but like so this one's specifically on meeting people. So
I definitely prefer one-on-one.
Okay.
Or in like small groups where I like introduce one friend to like a group.
Right.
Or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I would really mind meeting somebody in a bigger group. Do you have an avid perseverance in gathering and or cataloging information on a topic of interest? They really hit that topic of interest.
Yeah.
Have you been accused of staring? No, but I definitely do, so I'm gonna put 1. I definitely have a staring problem.
It's soft enough to eat.
Oh, it's
Oh,
good?
sick. Okay.
The
Do you wanna
potatoes are still I would call them al dente. We can leave it for a little while longer.
Do you want to finish this up and then do that?
I think once we finish these tests, it'll be good.
I'm done.
What does your score say?
I got.
Did you pass?
116 of 200.
116.
You're autistic.
I mean, is that really a surprise?
No. I met you today, and that's not a surprise. Respectfully.
Oh no, I get it for sure.
Yeah. Do you examine the hair of people you like a lot? Yeah, but
No.
that's just because I really like hair.
Oh.
Do you feel an urge to peel flakes off yourself and or others? Yeah, maybe. Do you tend to get so absorbed by your special interest that you forget and ignore everything else? Okay, listen. Fallout 4 is a hobby. It's not a special interest.
Fallout 4 is not a special.
Do you have
interest.
unusual sexual preferences?
Maybe.
I
Are you
don't
a
think
certified
so.
for?
Okay, but what do they mean by unusual? Are they talking shit play, or are they talking
Not
feet?
into that.
Or are they talking feet?
I think they're talking
Not into that either.
Because feet is normal.
Feet
Shit
is
play.
not normal.
Shit play is not normal. Feet.
I think they're
is
talking,
normal.
I think they're talking about like, are you not straight?
I mean,
That's
no.
kind of how I understand.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you queer?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's kind of how I understood it.
I'll have to wait till I get to the question.
I actually get really offended when people don't think I'm queer.
Well, maybe you should present more queer. The hair does a lot.
It
I
does.
do
The hair
my
does a lot.
best.
You do your best. I
do
appreciate it.
everything that I can. I'm just a person existing in this world, but
That's
I
what I'm
do want
saying.
people to think that I'm queer when they look at me.
Exactly.
My one of my, not my newest, but my second newest coworker, Mary, shout out Mary, she did tell me, she was like, I thought you were queer when I met you.
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
nice.
thank you. I was so excited when she
Progress.
said that. So do I say yes or no? Like,
Wait, what was the question?
do I have unusual sexual preferences?
I would say yeah.
I feel like I'm normal.
I would say no,
like,
unless you're
If
into
you're-
weird shit.
gender wise, I'll pop off with anything, but like kink wise, very, very chill, very
Vanilla.
normal.
I would
Yeah.
say no then, personally, because I see it more as like a kink question as
Because,
to a
if
queer
we're
question.
associating it with like
Yeah.
queerness, then absolutely I have unusual sexual preferences.
Yeah.
If we're associating it with like kink, no.
Yeah.
I
What?
mean, usual sexual preference, I see like, I imagine like just straight heteronormative.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did what? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. What did you answer?
I can check real quick. I think.
Okay.
I
Cause
forget
you're
exactly.
straight, right?
Yeah, I would say like.
For the majority.
Yeah,
Are you majority straight?
I would say majority straight. like-
Okay.
We were talking about this. I said you have like a twinge of twink.
Yeah, I've been told that before. But like, I would say either
Do you have trouble
asexual
reading
or straight.
clocks?
That's what.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
I see.
Do you have trouble reading clocks?
I know.
No?
I was also curious about that one too.
You learned how to do that in elementary school.
Some people struggle with
Although I
it.
was really confused by the 12-hour clock because my family has always used like 24-hour clocks, so I was
Oh.
really thrown off by
Okay.
a 12-hour.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why would we say that there's 2 sevens in the day when there's like a 7 and a 19? Like that makes more sense.
Which makes sense, yeah.
because it is just 7 or 19. Like, why do we need, like, we don't need 2 3s, 2 9s, 2 6s. Like, we can just go through the hours.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys notice patterns and things all the time?
Not all
It
the
depends
time.
on what it is.
I do have
Mhm.
really good pattern recognition.
Okay. Because
think-
I
I feel like
recognize
I do too.
patterns
That
all
was
the
part of-
time.
So I was in like a gifted program when I was in elementary school, and that was something that I was complimented on a lot with my recognition of patterns.
Yeah. That's funny.
Because like I would find it in things that I wasn't supposed to find it
Right,
in.
right. Yeah.
And so like our like the head of the program was always like, what do you mean? And I was like, yeah, because it says this and this, and so that's a pattern. And she was like, we're not even like we're
Yeah,
not even doing
it's
pattern
unrelated,
recognition
yeah.
right now. Like, what do you mean? I miss her. My stretch teacher.
Do you tend to play the same tune many times in a row? Yo.
Dude, I put 2 for that.
That's just, are you a musician?
Yeah.
Are you good at interpreting facial expressions? I think so. Are you bothered by clothes tags? I rip that shit right out the second I get it. Dude, you know whenever they're like
I
low
cut mine out
quality,
like a classy person.
but then they still have the little edges.
Yeah, but you can cut them really, really close.
Oh,
And then
okay.
It doesn't bother you.
Yeah,
I cut
yeah.
it like as close
You got
to
it.
the.
You
like,
got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I seam rip my tags out.
Oh, I do, dude.
no,
I just grab them and
always
rip
do
that shit.
Yeah, I do the same.
No, I grab like an actual seam ripper.
Oh.
And, like, take the threads out and take.
Oh
the
my
That's your
tag out.
OCD. OCD and autism.
I I have a lot of because like if I don't like the second that I notice it, it's a problem. But if I'm able to not notice it, then it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm able to like cut it really close and not notice it, then
Yeah,
I'm fine. But if
for
I
sure.
cut it really close and I still notice it, then I seam rip it.
Yeah.
I don't like automatically seam rip it because that feels crazy to me to do. Because I like my OCD is really weird because part of my brain is like this is what's going to happen, and the other part of my brain is like that's literally not going to happen. Like
Yeah.
I have the logical thinking of like I know that if I leave my house with my bed unmade, my house is not going to explode.
Yeah.
But there's a part of my brain that says it's
Okay.
going to.
I was gonna ask you about that because I have I have like a very persistent like feeling every time I leave the house that the house is gonna burn down. That specifically. And it's not
doom is more anxiety.
Okay.
But like it's because mine is a very specific feeling and it's about specific like tasks that I need to do, that's when it becomes OCD.
Right. Because I don't have any task associated, like I have to do this or else my house will burn down.
Yes.
I just feel like every time I leave the house, my house is gonna burn down.
That's when it becomes OCD, is when it's like task
I see.
and oriented.
I was gonna ask, so I'm curious about that, like, so whenever you're like, okay, I either have to I have to make my bed or else the house will explode.
Yeah.
Is that your conscious thought?
No.
Okay, so
It's
your conscious
very
thought
much
is
my conscious
yelling at
thought
your
is like,
brain
this is
saying
not going to
this
happen.
isn't real, but then there's that underlying like subconscious thought
Yeah.
that's like, no, this is definitely
My OCD is like intrinsic.
Yeah.
okay.
Where it's like I mess up words. It's intrinsic.
You're
like,
dyslexic too.
I'm not dyslexic. I'm just drunk right now. I feel it in like my chest.
Okay.
And like in it what I told my therapist was like I feel it in the back of my brain where
Okay.
it's like
Yeah,
from my neck, from my body, I feel like I can't leave my house
Mm-hmm.
without doing these specific tasks.
Right.
But the like this other half of my brain, the front half, the like logical half of my brain is telling me
Yeah.
like I don't need to do this. Like it's fine.
yeah.
And so it's like there's the separation of those two,
Uh-huh.
but I overwhelmingly go with the half that's telling me that my house
I
is going
see.
to explode.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
And so it's like today I left Greta's house. I wasn't sure if it would apply to like other people's houses. Yesterday it did. Today it didn't. Like I left the house. I left Greta's apartment today without making my air mattress.
Okay.
I didn't do it today. But I also, while I was driving, felt so much like fear and anxiety,
Yeah.
and I was so
Okay,
tense the
okay.
whole time that I was driving. Where I was like, Greta's house is gonna explode. Like Greta's gonna die. Like,
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
Get, like a call in 2 weeks from Greta's parents telling me that, 'cause or like I'm gonna go back tomorrow and find the entire like apartment complex like blown to bits.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sounds
And I
stressful.
like
Leveled.
I know that that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that if it does, it's not going to be because I didn't make
Yeah.
the air mattress. Like it would be an
What if
entirely different reason.
what if you went back and it was demolished?
I would literally never leave my house again.
Oh,
I
no.
don't think.
Your conscious brain would also be on the side.
But like, so like it's very much. I've always even like my first therapist I had when I was in high school, when I like who I hated, but that's a side story. She told me that she didn't like the fact that I described myself in like so many different ways,
Mhm.
but like not.
Wait, what does that mean?
It's not in the sense
Yeah.
of like I feel like I have different people or personalities living within myself, but there are different parts of myself.
Yeah.
And I recognize them as separate parts.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
separate entities.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know that that's fully normal.
I think that's normal.
I think that's normal too.
Because it's like
At least I
also-
relate to that.
in
I
the
can
sense
too.
of like
Yeah.
I feel that like every single age that I've been, every single experience that I've been through is absolutely a part of who I am today.
Mhm.
And so like but I separate it. Like I
Yeah.
can talk about myself as like an 8-year-old and as a 17-year-old
In the third person.
as different people.
Yeah.
Because they are.
I feel like
8-year-old Natalie, 17-year-old Natalie, 24-year-old
Yeah.
Natalie, they're different people because they've been through like the lived experiences that I've had up to this point all contribute to who I am right now.
Yeah. But
I
you're
also
totally
am able
different
to,
than who you'll be.
Separate who they are, and I also fully understand that who I am in the future is a separate person from who I am now.
Yeah.
But it will still be me.
You'll only exist in the way that you are right now.
Yes.
And like after a moment, you'll have experienced the moments between those, and you'll
so
be
there
slightly
will be
different.
change.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, like, over long periods of time, there's a lot of things that happen.
My, first therapist
you.
made me feel like I was an, clinically insane person for feeling that way.
Dude.
Where I was, talking to her, and especially because I was talking to her because I was, self-harming a lot, was, the main reason why I was, talking to her.
Uh-huh.
And I was, it wasn't that when I was, self-harming, I was a separate person. I knew that I was myself and I was harming myself, but it was, also in a way, disassociating from that.
Yeah.
But it was never that it was, a different person doing those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was this is a deep talk for Twitch.
Deep dive.
But, I separate myself between who I've been and who I am.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's abnormal, but
I think it's natural.
Yeah, I think
it's natural to recognize that you're a different person than you used to be.
Yeah.
One of the things I've never agreed with is that people never change, because people do change, because every moment that we've ever had contributes to who we are, and absolutely on a fundamental level changes who we are going forward after that experience.
Yeah.
Even if it's not necessarily minuscule things, running into someone at the grocery store does not fundamentally change who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But the big things do and have. And I've seen within myself huge differences after experiencing those big moments.
Yeah. I think also small things also can change things too.
Small things can, but they don't automatically.
Your point makes a lot of sense to clarify that, but also furthermore, the smaller things also contribute too, and especially if it's many small things.
I was about to say, I think the repetition of those smaller habits definitely go a long way for changing.
Yeah, for sure.
Either your outlook or your habits or whatever.
Yeah. I was whenever you brought up your shitty therapist, I was gonna mention my also shitty therapist story. Just a real quick rundown of it. My first ever therapist. I was it was during.
Everyone have a bad experience with their first therapist.
I don't know what it is. It was in COVID, and I was like, bro, listen, I'm so lonely. I feel like I'm so lonely. And he was like, why don't you find a church nearby and meet a good Christian girl? Literal quote from my therapist.
Drink to that.
A good Christian girl. Oh my dude, look at Ethan.
I don't want a Christian.
I don't want a Christian girl either.
Big titty goth GF man.
Exactly. See, if my therapist had said, bro, you just need a big titty goth girl, I would have been like, you're the one.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
My therapist has never said this, but I can't tell you the amount of times that Jay has said, you just need to get dick down.
I've also said that.
Tell you how many times Jay has said that to me.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes, yeah, but also sometimes no.
But sometimes no, for sure.
Sometimes
for sure.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I also have had times where I was I definitely need to get dick down, and then I did, and I was oh, I did not need that.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah.
Where I was actually, did not need that.
Is your sense of humor fairly conventional? Are you shy? No. When you listen to music, can you get so caught up in it that you don't notice anything else?
I would say yeah.
Sure.
Poll for y'all. Do I tend to express my feelings in a way that is baffling?
I don't think they're baffling, but I'm also neurodivergent, so
I would say I would just go middle of the road for that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
I think I have like expression tendencies that are like typical, and I also definitely have expression tendencies that are not typical
Mhm.
in any way.
Yeah.
But I don't know that that being atypical automatically means they're baffling, just that they're unexpected.
I would
Yeah.
view it as like, is the way you express yourself not normal?
Yeah.
Oh no! Do I have extra sensitive hearing? I literally have the ability to fully lose my hearing, so no.
In conversations, do you need extra time to clarify, think out your reply so that there may be a pause for your answer? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for me, for sure.
Do you have obsessive attachments to inanimate objects? No. No.
I have things that
No. No. Not at
I
all.
still have my very first stuffed animal that I ever received.
Of
I
course
still
you
have.
would.
Okay, no, it's actually really sweet. My brother had this set of like a mama lamb and a baby lamb, but he never liked the baby lamb, but he gave it to me when he like first visited me in the hospital, and so it was like technically the first stuffed animal that I ever was given.
Yeah.
Because he literally threw it at me as an infant, like as a freshly born child. But that Lammy is my baby. I took that thing everywhere that I went, and I also sucked on its like little like paws.
Ew.
I was a child.
Gross.
I would like I would like as comfort like suck on its little like it wasn't shaped like a hoof, like it was shaped like a soft like paw, and I would like put it in my mouth and suck on it. I also sucked my thumb for a really long time. I didn't stop sucking my thumb until I got braces and they put in a device that would like physically stop me from sucking my thumb, kind of a thing. I was like 11.
Do you dislike it when people stamp their foot in the floor? What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, I answered one like mid-ground to it because I don't like it when they're doing it as like a like tantrum move, but I am okay with it if they're doing it for like music and like keeping a beat.
I've never really thought about it, so I just put 0.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it question mark.
My bad.
Do you feel as if you were being persecuted in some way?
Do I tend to interpret
Sort
things
of.
literally?
I mean, that's a loaded question, man. Listen, I got no representation as a leftist in America. So, like, yeah, but like also I'm not being hunted down. So, sorta. Do you have problems with timing in conversations? What do you guys think?
With what?
I think I'm pretty decent with timing, but
I would
sometimes
say
I get it off.
I would say you're pretty proficient.
I would say like 1 minimum for you.
Yeah.
Minimum? Okay.
Minimum 1.
Since he said 2, I'm gonna go with 2.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wait.
like veering towards 2. Sometimes you don't have the best timing, but that doesn't mean that you don't have like
Yeah.
you
I
have
would
a
say you're pretty
problem
good
with
about it.
timing.
I'm decent. I'm 1.5. I'm good with that. Do
Once
you like tongue
again-
kissing? Where's the 3, dude?
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Give me that texture, baby.
No.
I need that grit. I need that grit.
That sandpaper.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't even like hearing it described.
Do you tend to express your feelings in ways that may baffle others? Yes.
Is your sense of humor different from mainstream? I already answered this question.
You guys are still on.
I'm
I'm on 75
I'm
now.
on 6. You surpassed me and you started after
I
me.
was done like 15 minutes ago, guys.
Do you practice like
I wonder if that goes into scoring.
do people
Probably.
not practice what they want to say in conversations? I literally on
No,
the
some
like
people really,
Some people just rip it.
Some people just go.
on my
I don't know how they do it.
Okay, I'm starting like a new rehearsal process with a new theater on Tuesday when I get back from
Yeah.
from visiting here. And on the drive here, I practiced like how I was going to introduce myself.
Okay, well that's different though.
I always
You know
have
what
to
I mean?
rehearse.
Yeah.
I
phone
have
calls.
to like
I have to
practice
rehearse
these things.
everything.
I
Really?
even on the drive here practiced how I was going to like introduce myself to Ethan.
Oh my gosh. Wait, how did you do it? I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't paying
I
attention.
I didn't introduce myself to him.
I didn't think so.
He was sitting on the couch, and that's not where I expected him to be. Like that's not where I practiced him to be.
Right.
so
No, I
didn't
know exactly what you're
introduce myself.
talking about.
No.
That's so
I
I would
funny.
always run
I
into
didn't even
issues because
talk
I
to
would.
him for like the first 20 minutes I was here.
It wasn't
I
that.
was
It wasn't
so-
that long.
I was genuinely just like, you
I
weren't
forgot to
where I
intro-
practiced you to be,
Yeah.
so I didn't
No, I
say
totally
anything until I
understand.
felt
Like-
like more comfortable.
Like I'll rehearse like the first like branches of the path. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then
Okay.
if it doesn't go that specific way, I'm just like winging it, bro.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
crazy? Because I create like multiple different scenarios.
Yeah.
Like I practiced.
I
if
just
you,
do
like,
one
came
scenario.
home from work while I was already here. Like I practiced that.
Okay.
I practiced if you were here but like came out from somewhere after I got here. I also like practiced if you were just present when I immediately walked in.
Yeah.
But then I didn't do that when you were
Oh,
present when
you
I
missed the-
immediately
you
walked
missed-
in.
you
because
missed
I
the
got
timer.
distracted by Jay.
Yeah. You missed that quick time
Because
event.
I didn't account for Jane in my like practice.
You should have accounted for Jane.
That was a mistake on my
Mortal
part.
failing.
Like, full
Wait,
stop.
what was the question?
Do you
What?
feel lonely as a child? Yes.
Oddly enough, I
I-
didn't.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I did
I had-
so much.
Dude, my mom ran a daycare.
Oh,
I always
that
had
would-
friends.
That would make sense. I was my parents were in the military, so there were always kids running around our neighborhood. So
Oh, yeah.
I felt lonely.
I felt lonely a lot as a child, but that was mostly because this is something that I've told my parents, and like my dad has agreed with me, my mom has not. I feel like my parents treated me like I came out of the womb already a fully like functional human.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
you told me
I
about
was
that.
left to my own devices so often as a child. And like I was alone a lot as a kid, where I was just like fully like somewhere else and no one was concerned about where I was.
Mhm.
I was always like just in the house, but I was like elsewhere and no one
Yeah.
cared.
Yeah.
And it was like my parents, specifically my mom, focused so much of her energy onto my older brother that it was like I got zero attention
Yeah.
as a kid at all. And I was also, because I was like a gifted student and I was really studious and I was very focused, like there was just zero attention at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would like ask my mom for help on homework and she would like treat me like I had asked her to like defuse a bomb. It was like the craziest thing. But then like she would literally do my brother's homework for him. And I wouldn't even get like an explanation of something if I needed help.
Yeah.
Where it was like she would be like screaming at me because I didn't just get it immediately. But my brother could be literally like below mediocre and was praised for
See-
My brother got a party thrown when he got C's on a report card.
Damn.
I had straight A's. I had a 4.0 GPA
Yeah.
my entire life. And I didn't get even like praise at all.
I have a
It became
somewhat.
like so expected of me
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
nothing
Right.
mattered at all.
right.
And I was like, I was screamed at for getting like a 98,
Yeah.
and my brother was scoring straight 70s.
Yeah.
And it was celebrated.
I have a somewhat similar experience where like I have like vivid memories doing like math homework, not understanding something and just being screamed at and obviously not learning anything.
Yeah.
And like my brother was just very good at everything. I don't remember if he was ever like,
You
yelled
were
at in the
my
way that I
brother.
was or not. But
Except instead
it-
of like
I
getting
wasn't
yelled
praised for
at-
getting
yeah.
C's. I just chose to get C's and got yelled at regardless. After a while, I was like, oh, if I get C's, I pass.
Mhm.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing from now on. I'm done with this shit. Because I was so tired of like trying and trying and trying and just getting C's every time. If I didn't try, I got a C. If I tried, I got a C. I'm just a C kid, dude. I'm just all about them C's, baby.
I struggled a lot when I first started like actually struggling with classes and stuff, because for probably the first like 13 years, like until I got to high school, I didn't struggle with my education at all.
Mhm.
Like I understood every single concept the first time that it was explained to me and was
Really?
able to like perform
Oh my
and
God.
do it perfectly. I literally got awards from my school district for having like the highest state testing scores.
What the fuck?
Like multiple times
Yeah.
I got awards for having like the highest scores on things in my district.
Mm.
And my brother was scoring like below basic on most of the tests.
Oh boy.
And it was like he was still celebrated when
Yeah,
he got
yeah.
like basic, and I was out here
That'll
getting
definitely create some
excellencies every
Yeah.
single time and not getting a single thing.
Yeah, that's a very. I wonder what the fuck that does to a brain.
It's really weird. I'm the product of that, so
Oh,
you can see
don't do that
firsthand
shit.
what that does to a person.
Do you fail to understand pop culture, things like being in style, or why people jump onto the latest trend? I used to not understand it, but now I kind of do.
Do you have a fascination for slowly flowing water?
Dude, when I saw that one, at first I was like, "What the fuck?"
Like,
And then I was like,
it is.
and then I was
soothing.
like, actually, it goes kind of hard.
One time when I was in Girl Scouts, we like stayed at a hotel because we weren't actually able to camp at the campsite that we had like reserved, because they like overbooked the campsite.
Oh,
So we ended up having to stay in a hotel, and the hotel lobby had this like slow waterfall in the middle
oh
of it.
yeah.
And I literally sat there for like 3 hours just staring at
Oh
the
my
waterfall
God.
because I was so like
Entranced.
by it. So I feel, is that a 2 or is that a 1? Because I don't go looking for it, but like if I see it,
I
gonna
would say
stare at
middle of
it.
the road.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1.
Do you have problems filling out forms? Well, it has been
No.
like an hour, and I'm still doing it. So.
I literally make forms for people to fill out sometimes.
I hate filling out forms.
I love making paperwork.
I
I genuinely, like, a big part of my job is making paperwork, and I actually really enjoy doing that.
Mm.
Like, I enjoy making things for people to fill out and then reading what they filled out and
Really?
then, like, compiling it into a new spreadsheet where I have everyone's information all in one. I genuinely enjoy that a lot.
I'd say that's very
Control freak.
well. I would say
No.
autism.
No. Because it's like, okay, I have one of the things, it's like an emergency form. So it has like people's allergies, it has emergency contacts, it has any medications and like health information. And then I compile it into one mass spreadsheet, and I love doing that.
Yeah.
I liked making the form. I like getting people's responses, and I like putting their responses into a like master document for it.
Uh-huh.
Because then if something ever happens, I have all of the information for every single person in the room already without having to like run around being like, does anyone know if this person is on medication? Does anyone know if there's anything that like is important? Do they have allergies? Do they have like things that we need to do right now?
Yeah.
I just already have all of that information, and that makes me feel really good.
I
But
understand that.
It's kind of like a preparation thing. Like,
Yeah, prep.
I need to have all of that information before we're in a room together.
Yeah.
Which is like maybe a little bit crazy.
No, I definitely understand that though.
But
like to draw some kind of like connection. Like I like in my job, we're supposed to read like they're called ISPs. It's like a rundown of everybody's like information and like programs, things that they like need and want and stuff. And like I find it very you're supposed to read these before you even work with the client.
Yeah,
but like
you
some,
should.
but like some
Because
companies.
how are you supposed to be responsible for someone without knowing all of the information that you need to know about them?
Some companies don't
That's
enforce that.
fucked up.
But yes, I find it very important to read these, even if they're like, a lot of the times it's like information that's just repeated and repeated and repeated, but then like you will find something new in there. I still feel like it's super important to read that stuff. I feel like, you know, they should be more intensive and more, whatever to the individual, but it's like, I definitely feel like it's super important to know all that information before working with the individual with all these information things that you should know about.
I think the difference is you find importance in it. I find both importance and a soothing in knowing that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely feel more like comfortable and more at ease going into a room already having all of this information about people, because I know that I'm fully prepared if anything comes up to deal with the situation.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if I have, specifically it's like with actors most of the time, if I don't have that information by the first rehearsal, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I am supposed to be in charge of that room.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel like I can fully do my job without that information.
Yeah.
So I don't feel comfortable walking into that room, that first rehearsal, without already having all of that information and having reviewed it all.
Yeah.
I genuinely find it like more comforting and more like safe to walk into the room already having that information. And if I don't feel okay being in the room because I can't fully do my job as I'm supposed to.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because like I also am like the first person that if someone has a medical emergency, I have to respond to it first. I'm required to respond to it.
Yeah.
And so it's like I can't just let someone else deal with it, and if I don't have all of that information, I don't feel like I can fully deal with it. If that makes sense.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I totally get that.
And I truly do feel like soothed by having that information. It's like I'm being rocked as an infant. Like I feel so like safe and comfortable having that. And if I don't have it, I feel really, really unsettled.
Do you have or used to have imaginary relationships?
Yes. I love being Delulu in my head.
I had imaginary friends when I was a kid, but I think it was because I thought that I had to.
I had so many imaginary friends as a kid, and I had like full backstories for every single one of them. I knew that I was creating them the whole time. Like it was never a thing where it was like I just had an imaginary friend that like popped up one day. It was like I fully created the backstory, had all of the information. I feel more settled when I have all the information possible. But I like would create imaginary friends with like all of these long ass context and backstories.
Yeah.
And I felt more comfortable with that than with people that I didn't know because I didn't already have all of that information beforehand.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I hated making new friends as a kid because I didn't already know all of their, like, context and backstory and lore.
Yeah.
That it was, like, I genuinely... When my first friend that I had that was, like, an adopted person... I felt so unsettled when I found out that she was adopted.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why didn't I already know that?
Oh,
like, why wasn't that one of the first things that I knew about you?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like, I had this friend for years and then found out that she was adopted. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, it was never a thing about, like,
but you're like, dude, I've
adopted.
built a whole character sheet around you, and you didn't even give me this crucial, foundational understanding.
Exactly. And it was like, that's so integral to who you are as a person, and I didn't have that information about you.
Yeah.
And that felt wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely felt wronged because I didn't know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Am I crazy?
Yes.
There's no one in chat. It's the last thing that was said was Greta saying bye.
Do you find it easy to estimate the age of people? This is like the third time they've asked me this. Do you have to keep an eye out to stop people
shy?
from taking advantage? No.
I don't think you're shy.
No? What?
I feel like I can be in situations, but the majority of the time, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm just
Extra
going
sensitive
zero with it.
hearing. Do you like to be in style? Not necessarily. Do you wring your hands, rub your hands together, or twirl your fingers? Maybe. Do you expect other people to know your thoughts, experiences, and opinions about without you having to tell them? I kind of do sometimes. Like,
Do you
not
need to
consciously,
mentally
but
prepare yourself for going somewhere. Do people not?
sometimes
Are
I
there
just
people in
wing
this
it.
world that don't prepare themselves for going places?
Like, if I'm going somewhere familiar, like a grocery store or something, I'll just grab my shit and go. But, like, if I'm going to somewhere new, then I might have to be, like, you know, think about it a little bit.
Even when I go to the grocery store that I've gone to literally my entire life, I have to prepare myself for that.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Poodles rule. Dude, Poodles do rule.
Oh my
They're always so
gosh.
I would say
nice.
so.
They're
Welcome.
they're less allergenic than other dogs.
Less allergenic.
Because I hate the term hypoallergenic because anything that has fur is not hypoallergenic. That's
Okay.
not true.
Okay.
Because you can still be allergic to like their dander and like their
Right,
sweat.
right.
So it's not hypoallergenic.
Okay, we get it. You're allergic to everything. We got it.
I have problems. I didn't choose them.
Are you good at teamwork?
God hates me.
Am I good at teamwork?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. I would say middle of the road, but you guys back me up. Can things that seem meaningless to others make sense to you? Yeah, pretty often actually. I feel like.
Do you feel that you are a very special or unusual person? I feel like I'm unusual, but I don't feel like I'm special.
Just
don't
say
like this
yes.
question.
Just say
I don't
yes.
like this
Just say yes.
question.
Just say yes.
Like,
You're special, Natalie.
I'm not special.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm not. I am literally not special.
Yeah, obviously. But doesn't matter. Everybody's special.
No.
Okay, listen. Okay. You're not special because everybody's special. Therefore, you are special.
No. There's like 7 other bitches who are the same as me anywhere you look.
No.
Yes.
I swear to God, no. I like even the most like even like whenever you're on Tinder and you swipe past the same exact person multiple times, they're still individual different people. I found this out.
I'm going 1. I don't.
Oh my. All right, 1 is fine. I'm almost at the end of my list.
Oh my god, I love waving to people, but specifically this way.
Me too.
I love a good like.
Do you instinctively know when it's your turn to speak when talking on the phone? No. Do you dislike when people walk behind you? Don't really care. Do you dislike it when people dropped by to visit you uninvited? Yes. What? Uninvited? Go away? Is it difficult to pass on messages correct? Is it difficult to pass on messages correctly?
Okay, I interpreted that as like, do you have the ability to convey the message of another person?
Is it
Like, do you struggle with getting information from one person and giving it to another person?
Oh,
how I interpreted it.
like, is it difficult to play the phone game?
Yes.
No,
That's how I interpreted it, at least.
I see. I think that makes sense.
Was like, if
pass
I am
on
told
messages.
something by someone else,
That makes sense.
can I tell
yeah,
it to another person and
I
tell
think-
it to them in the like
I think you're right.
same way?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
convey the same message
Yeah.
as they conveyed to me.
Do you tend to say things that are considered socially inappropriate when tired, frustrated, or when you act naturally? Okay, I was gonna say, do you tend to say things that are considered socially inappropriate? Yes. When tired, not necessarily. But when
Do
I
you
act
guys
naturally,
misunderstand me?
yes. What?
Do you misunderstand me?
Do I misunderstand you? I wouldn't fucking know, Natalie.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You're the only one who would know. Actually, no one would know because I can't convey to you how I understand you to you, and you can't understand how you can't convey how you are to me.
I think
So-
I understand what you're saying most of the time.
But it's
Okay.
more than that. It's deeper, Ethan. It's deeper. Do you like to protect people you are attached to even when they didn't ask for it? I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so. Do you have a good sense of how much pressure to apply when doing things with your hands?
Yeah.
I think so, but also when I did my CPR course, she was like, press harder.
Oh, that's just because CPR, like
You just
literally
have
go
to. You
so
have to.
deep.
You have to.
break
And
it
it,
that way.
like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
human instinct is to not like hurt other people.
Right, right.
But if you do CPR correctly,
You
will
have to.
crack people's ribs.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have
like
to.
if
I
you
know.
don't crack
I know.
someone's ribs when you're doing CPR, you didn't do it
Yeah.
correctly.
I think they should have the machine have like crackers in it so that you can feel it.
I like when I got my CPR cert, my like instructor was like, "You're actually really good at this because you're not concerned about." I was like, because I know you're supposed to.
Right, because you knew
Because
that.
I,
yeah.
On a fundamental.
Otherwise,
level,
she was like, this girl's crazy.
no. It was
She's
just
doing
that
CPR right the first
She
try.
had already explained to us beforehand that you have to go very deep.
Yes.
Because you have to get through
Well,
bone.
well, they told
to,
us
like,
that
get
too.
it as deep as possible.
Yeah.
And so my natural I actually at one point was told that I was going too deep, that I needed to like
Yeah.
pull
Yeah.
back a little bit
Because
when I was learning.
they told us that too, and I was like, okay, so I put my whole force into it. But the problem was that you're supposed to be above and
Yeah.
put your body weight into
Yes,
it as
yeah,
opposed to
you're
just your
supposed to
arm
be, like,
strength.
fully over.
Yeah.
And like putting every ounce of your being into
Yeah,
pushing
not
down
quite,
on this
not
deck.
quite, not that far.
Not all the way,
Natalie,
but-
fill up a little bit.
But no, like at one point I was like, you're supposed to compress 2 inches. It's like the standard. Because we had like the dummy that read like how far you were compressing.
Yeah, me too.
I at one point was compressing 3.5 inches.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say 4. I was like, bro, you just touched their heart.
They were like, you can pull back a little bit. Like you're
Yeah.
putting. Well, because I was getting like really fatigued by the time I got to
Oh,
like 20.
Yeah,
And
and that's
because
something that you
was,
have
like,
to
a
consider too.
consistent Thing. She was like, you need to pull back a
Yeah.
little bit because you're getting fatigued before you
It-
even fully
yeah.
get through 30 compression.
If you can't pass on to somebody else, you have to keep going. So
Exactly.
you have to maintain
and
it.
that was why they told me to pull back. Was
Yeah.
because they were like, if you're in a situation where you need to do CPR, like where you need to
Consistently,
do multiple rounds
and
before
keep going.
someone else can come and take over,
Yeah.
you have to pull back because you're exerting yourself too
Right.
much.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like,
That's
well,
like
fuck.
that's
you
like
told
a-
me I need to go as deep
Yeah,
as
right.
possible.
That's like a really good example of like you know how whenever you're like okay, this is like a complicated thought, but whenever you're like thinking about maintaining anything in your life, right? You have to consider your mental faculties,
Mhm.
right? You have to consider yourself, right? You have to set aside time for yourself so that you can maintain your lifestyle, right? Through work or whatever it is. I think that's a really good example of that because it's like if you just keep pressing as hard as possible all the time, no stop, keep going, bust it through, grind set, Sigma mindset, you're gonna fucking run out.
Not only
Like,
will
You can't push yourself past the point that you can't push past.
Yeah. What my doctor said to me, and it's something that genuinely stuck with me, was if you fatigue yourselves too much, you won't be able to save yourself or the other person.
Right, exactly.
And I was like,
Yeah.
this is not therapy. This is CPR.
Yeah,
I was
right,
like,
right.
stop talking to me
Right.
that way.
But the thing is that it is.
But the way that I interpreted it was like, if you give too much of yourself, not only can you not like
Yeah, it's a good
protect
metaphor
yourself, you
for other
can't
things.
protect the other person either.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Do you have trouble reading clocks? No. As a teenager, were you usually unaware of social rules and boundaries unless they were clearly spelled out? Yeah, you could say that. Calculate. It's time to see the check. Am I autistic? Yo, why is my talent so low? Relationship. What the fuck?
Oh, I want to compare graphs.
Yeah, compare graphs. Okay, relationship is high, perception is high, talent is high. Wait, there's 2 talents. What is this? Oh, typical talent is low, atypical talent is high.
Oops,
Let's
sorry.
go. Atypical
Here's
perception
what I
is
got,
low.
here's what I
I
got.
can't believe you
Typical
assaulted
perception.
me.
Dude, mine's a
I
star.
assaulted your shoe.
You assaulted my ankle. It did hit my ankle.
Let me
That's
hold
what
it
I
up
got.
here. Okay, so me and Ethan have similar atypical talent. Dude, mine's like maxed out. What the fuck?
Whoa.
So is my typical perception. Your typical ours are pretty similar in the shape. You have typical
I feel like our shapes are
communication.
not very.
Okay, yeah,
the
I
same.
was just looking at the top 2.
Our
Points.
top 2 might be a little similar, but I feel like our overall shapes are not very similar.
Yeah, the overall shape is definitely off.
Like, definitely our typical people skills are not similar at all.
I'm calculating.
yeah, that's
Like-
both relationship and social for you are way up and mine are way down.
What do I click to get to the graph?
At the very bottom,
It
it'll
was like, mine was like right there.
mine was just at the bottom of the quiz. It said calculate.
Okay, I hit calculate already, but it pulled up this.
Oh, okay. Maybe follow
You have
him.
entered inconsistently to too many control questions.
Whoa!
Wouldn't
I think-
calculate.
Whoa!
I think they're calling you fake.
Yo! Wait, what?
It didn't calculate.
It says you have answered inconsistently on too many control questions.
I answered 119 questions just to not get an answer?
I think so, yeah.
What?
Wait, press the back button real quick.
Yeah, press the back.
What?
Can does it save your? Okay, it saved your stuff.
How did I didn't
What are
even
the
answer
control questions?
one on many questions.
Are the control questions a specific color? Because I noticed they're different colors.
Oh.
No,
think
it's
so.
every other. It's a pattern.
Yo, what
it's
the
just so
fuck?
that way you can, like,
Calculate it
make
again.
sure. Okay, let me go back through the ones I answered one on. Okay, do you have problem with timing in conversations? I feel like sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Let's just go yes often. Do you find it difficult to take notes in lectures? Sometimes I do, but that's because of the way that people are lecturing to me, not because of myself.
Okay, well, then change that.
Okay, so go 1 or go 2 or 0.
You're good at it.
Okay.
Oh my God, Blue. Welcome in, first of all.
Is it hard for you to see why some things upset people so much? Sometimes, yes. I have customers who come in who act like it's life or death when it's literally just not.
I think
It's
I put
coffee.
2 on that one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 2 then.
Welcome in, Blue. Thanks for the 10 push-ups. We will all be doing the
Do
push-ups.
you have obsessive attachments to animate objects? I feel like there are some things that I like have created backstories for, so yes, but then some things I haven't, so no, which is why I answered 1.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to do things on your own even if you could use others' help or expertise?
I
Like,
put 2. That's what I put.
because I like to do things on my own, but if I have to ask a question, I want to use someone who's like an expert in it,
Right.
which is why I answered 1.
I kind of.
Do I switch to 2? I'm gonna switch to 2.
I think the idea behind that question is given. Like, I would say, do you prefer to do things on your own rather than not?
I mean, yeah.
So, I put 2 for that, personally.
Is she taking an IQ or autism test?
Autism.
She failed the IQ test.
It didn't give me it didn't give me an answer.
Yeah, we're taking this Aspie quiz, which looks like it was made in 1999, for autism. But yes, we're taking this autism quiz. Your score is 103 of 200. I got lower than Ethan. Let's go. It's because I got that sociability. I think it's really interesting how, like, my typical perception is good, but my atypical perception is really low, and then my typical talent is low, but then my atypical talent is very high. My typical communication is low, my atypical communication is high, and then these are all crazy. Relationship and social are both typical. Oh, that's interesting.
Do you tend to say things that are considered socially inappropriate when you're tired, frustrated, or when you act naturally?
That's just like in general.
1 to that because it's always a 0.
You don't think you wait, what was the question again?
I don't think that I'm ever socially inappropriate.
Really?
I mean, maybe on occasion, but I feel like the majority of the time I'm not.
Okay. See, I'm always socially inappropriate.
Do you tend to express your feelings in ways that may that was one that we talked about where we couldn't decide.
What was it?
Do you tend to express your feelings in a way that may baffle others?
Right.
So I put 1 because we couldn't decide. Should I put 0? Because I feel like most of the time I'm not baffling.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was in between those two for you.
Has it been harder for you than others to keep friends? I don't know how other people keep friends, but it's like I've definitely been through a lot of different friend groups. Most of the time I separated myself from them.
I think
wasn't because of other people separating
I
from
think the
me.
understanding is that most people can keep friendships going for a long time. So
I mean, I have a friend that I've had since I was 5 years old.
But on average, your friendships
are newer.
Okay. I would go middle of the road.
That's what I did, but I have too many middle of the road. Do you like to have small talk before? I don't think it
has to do with being middle of the road. I think it just has to do with certain questions are control questions.
Where you should have a 1 or the other answer and not a middle of the road answer.
Either
but
that or
yeah,
I know. Try and run it again.
Okay. I'm looking at all the ones I selected middle of the road and I'm changing answers to them if I can.
Okay.
As a teenager, we're usually unaware of social rules and boundaries unless they were clearly spelled out. Yeah. Because I was a teenager.
I was a child. I didn't know shit.
But also other fascination with slowly falling water. That was the one that we talked about too. Where it was like, I can be entranced by it, but I don't go looking for it. So that's a middle of the road.
Yes.
Do you usually find faults with opinions that you don't share? Yes, I find faults in them. That doesn't mean that I think they're wrong, though.
It doesn't matter.
So I put middle of the road because I do find faults.
If you do find faults, then just say you do find faults. Yeah. Because I think that's like asking, are you,
I do think the person is wrong. I'm not going to be like, you're wrong.
Because I think some people, even if they hear, something that is wrong and they know is wrong, they'll, disregard it.
Okay.
I think that's kind of what that's asking.
Okay.
And you know what? It probably has to do with, autism having to do with a very solid stance on, morally acceptable things, there's a specific quote I'm thinking of that would perfectly describe it, but I think you get the point.
I understand. Do you find it easy to describe your feelings? Sometimes when they're easy feelings, but when they're hard feelings, no.
Then no.
So no,
because those are the feelings they're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel irritated when one person disagrees with what everyone else in the group believes? Yes, because I think it's irritating.
Because it's wrong.
But also because, but you're not going to be entitled to your opinion.
Exactly. I would go middle of the road.
Which is why I went middle of the road.
Yeah. Really, they should restructure this quiz, and it just gauges you on how many times you picked middle of the road. Because I feel like it's very autistic to be like, well,
for me it was
in this specific circumstance.
Still says I answered too inconsistently.
Oh,
I don't understand.
Natalie doesn't get an answer.
Okay, chat, we have no idea if I have autism or not.
Still unsolved.
Oh my god, I need to check on the fucking soup.
Oh, go check on the soup. And then, do you guys want to wrap up? When you get back?
We can wrap up or we can still chill. I don't care.
I think we could. I'll go pee. When you guys get back, I'll go pee and then I'll decide. Sometimes when I have to pee, I feel like ending the stream, and then after I pee, I don't feel like ending the stream anymore. So we'll see how I feel. How are we doing, chat? Is there anybody watching right now? Is there anybody chatting? If you're lurking, that's no biggie. You can keep lurking. Keep it up, buddy. 55% probability of being atypical. Okay, so I'm like 50-50 on that. That's nice to know. Stare? Can I stare? Like the can I stare cat? Like that? What do you mean stare? Blue, do you have autism? Or do you suspect yourself of having autism? Oh, right, you don't have 7 TV subs. Oh, shit. I literally have the sticky note right here. The last time you told me about it, it's right there to download it, and I still have not. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Blue. But yeah, here, I'll switch back to here. This is pretty good. I don't know if I have autism. I mean, I don't feel like I'm normal, and my brain functions a lot slower than it used to. Oh, interesting. Slower than it used to. Have you seen like a medical professional about that? Because I wonder if that's like, maybe you should something you should just like look into. It could also be just like there have been periods of time where I've felt like I was more like zoned in, and like currently right now I feel like I'm way zoned out. I'm not like tuned in. I'm not as like on it, and so it could just be kind of like the fluctuating human experience, but it also could be like something serious that maybe you should look into. Not to be honest, it's probably a diet thing, or I burn brain cells away smoking. True. Yeah, so whenever I started smoking, I noticed that my memory was a lot worse, but my memory has gotten a lot better recently since I've still been smoking, but I've been smoking a lot less. Still as frequent, like every day, but a lot less on that frequency. So but like I definitely noticed some mental faculties leaving me as I introduce more marijuana into my system. Or the stress in my life has really fucked with my brain. Yeah, stress, dude. Okay, listen, Blue. I'm gonna tell you something. Stress is like my main thing. Like stress is like my main contributor to all my problems. Like I had a stomach issue that we believe was either an ulcer or was on the path to become an ulcer in my stomach. It was definitely from stress. And whenever I started taking anxiety meds that were targeted specifically towards my stress, that shit cleared up. And like it was so bad at one point that like anytime I would have Taco Bell or Burger King, something like very specific restaurants sometimes. Okay, sick. I would get these like crazy reactions in my stomach from the like acids with the ulcer. No, just stress. But like whenever I was on vacation, I had a few little fancy beverages, and I was just eating fruits all day because we were on an island. I was eating a bunch of citrusy stuff, and then that next morning my stomach had the same reaction, and it was a very distinct kind of reaction. And I went into an episode of like I was completely conscious in my brain, but I couldn't control my body, and I was like I made my way to I took some antacid tablets, which had helped before with the same problem. But so then I was starting to lose like functionality of my body. So I made it to like this bed, and I was laying on the bed, and I was just writhing in pain. It was the most painful experience that I've had in my life to this point. Like it was so painful. I thought I was gonna die. I was totally conscious in my brain, but I couldn't. Like I had my phone in my hand. I couldn't contact people to tell them that this was happening. I was alone in the hotel room, and I couldn't contact people to tell them that I thought I was dying because I was so debilitated physically. And I'm just in my brain, totally conscious, perfectly normal in my brain, just in so much pain, just like writhing. Eventually, my brother came in and he got my mom and they gave me antacid and some bread. And then over time I was fine and it like chilled out. And I haven't had crazy after that is when I got medicated for it. But yeah, that was insane. That was all from stress, at least to my understanding of everything that, happened. That was just from being stressed the fuck out all the damn time. And it's like, stress is fucking crazy. You gotta really get that shit under control. If you're stressed out, you need to like find some kind of medication that makes you less stressed, or change something about your life, your work environment, something, whatever's stressing you out, figure out what you got to do, because that shit is scary. I thought I was gonna die. Well, if I ever start having serious pain in areas I normally don't, I'll take a look into that. Okay, for sure. Welcome back, Natalie. You said the soup is done?
Soup is ready.
All right, are you good with taking over chat while I'm gone? Blue has arrived.
Bring me my soup.
Bring you your soup? I will do. I'm gonna go pee first, though.
Yeah, dude. Go piss first.
All right.
How would my vape
Your vape?
Take it upstairs.
I don't think you must
I did.
have. I'll grab it if it's up there.
It's not in my bra.
All right, Natalie's taking over. BRB.
Chek is dead. I am taking over. What's up, Blue Hoodie? How are you doing? Are you being a baby girl like you should be? No, this is Aaron's. This isn't mine. So, you're wrong there. Oh, shit! You're not Blue Hoodie. You're just Blue. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You can, Aaron has a guillotine out back. I can go there now. I can report to the guillotine.
We're talking about Aaron's guillotine.
I accidentally called Blue Hoodie, which was my fault.
That's like
That was
almost a
my,
slur.
that was the most egregious mistake that I could make, and I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna stare directly into the camera. I'm so sorry.
Wait, you dead named Blue?
Oh,
my
did.
gosh.
I'm so sorry.
Dude.
I'm so sorry. My sincerest and deepest of apologies, Blue. It's just, I saw the blue and the H because I was from the side, and I just saw Blue Hoodie.
What is the H21? Is that a reference or something?
I don't know. Blue, is H21 a reference, or is that just you? We do technically have to do 10 push-ups, and I know Aaron said that we would all do 10 push-ups. I'm not doing 10 push-ups. I'm not doing 10 push-ups. I am like, I've had 3 glasses of wine and 2 Cosmos. I'm not doing push-ups.
I have had quite a bit of alcohol.
I'm not doing push-ups. I also
I can do push-ups.
I'm in a dress and I'm a girl. I'm not doing push-ups.
Yeah, girls can't do push-ups.
Girls don't do push-ups. That's just not a thing that we do.
There's a...
And I'm not doing
whole
girl
different-
push-ups either.
I was about to...
I'm not doing girl push-ups.
Natalie doesn't do girl push-ups.
Are you gonna do real push-ups?
I'm not doing any push-ups.
Oh, what?
Did you find my vape upstairs?
I did.
Where was it?
On the table.
Fuck. I must have taken it up there when I went up. Jane! Hi, baby! Jane is here. Chat can't see Jane. Jane? Jane is present. Jane is here.
Jane is queer.
Yeah, girls don't fart, girls don't poop, girls don't do push-ups. Girls
Dude,
do
this
none
looks-
of those things.
This looks really good, by the way. Since this is the soup stream, I should show it off a little bit.
The
Check that
soup-
shit out, dude.
You have to squeeze. Oh, you gave me the wrong bowl.
Is this your bowl?
I think that's my bowl because that's the
Okay.
spoon that I ate off of.
I mean, I don't care.
Okay, I don't. As long as you don't care, I don't care.
Unless you have herpes or something.
I do not have herpes or
AIDS.
any STD. I have none of the
We're
above.
Big chillin'.
I do get like sores in my mouth sometimes, but that's from me like biting the inside of my mouth.
What the fuck? Look.
Like I cause my own sores in my mouth.
The potato is a little
Mhm.
under.
Mhm.
It's good though. I like the texture.
So is the carrot. But the hominy, the
it's
fluffy
perfect.
the fluffy white corn is called hominy. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
Crock pot just didn't get hot.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing.
This is I honestly overall I'd say this is success.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think
We will not be guillotining Natalie tonight.
I
Sadly.
did call Blue hoodie though, so I do owe them a guillotine for that.
What?
I said Blue hoodie to Blue.
Isn't that their name?
No.
I think that is.
No, they said that I dead named them and I felt really bad.
It's
so-
not Blue Hoodie. Don't dead name me.
Yeah.
Wait, did you change? Did you rebrand?
It's blue H21.
Mhm.
I know.
Which is it's like H2O but wrong,
Okay.
which is valid.
What?
I'm glad you think that my soup looks good. We made pozole, but vegan. Pozole is a traditional Mexican like celebration soup. It usually the lore on pozole is crazy. So initially it was usually after a like ritual sacrifice, and then they would put the head of a human into it and like cook it down. Fun fact, pork is the closest thing in texture to human, which is why pork traditional like a lot of things that were initially made with like human meat were replaced to be with pork because it was a similar texture.
Wait, is this like legit stuff? Because your flesh
This is
in it?
real. This is no, my flesh didn't make it in. Blue, you missed it. While I was peeling potatoes, I accidentally peeled my finger a little
Into
bit.
the soup.
It was not into the soup. It was over the trash can, so it was fine. But I did peel my finger a little bit. And so Aaron decided that it made it human soup, which is not true. Also, it's still vegan for me because I've already eaten myself because I like
True.
if I like get my like lip skin. You know
Y'all are
what I
gonna
mean?
get cooties now. No.
They already have cooties. Both of them have drinking after me, and now Aaron has eaten off of the same spoon that I ate off of.
Oh God.
It's so over for us, Aaron.
We got cooties.
What are we gonna
bro.
do?
Fuck.
Get tested in 3 months and let me know.
I
if
was
you
like
get
a
anything.
platinum virgin until now.
Yeah, Aaron is a super virgin, and that's his own problem.
I wonder what scientists decided to eat human meat. Dude, I think humans have been eating human for like as long as humans have been human.
I don't think scientists decided it. I think other humans
My
decided
phone
it.
doing here? What the heck? How did that get there?
Aaron was looking at chat on it.
Has it been there ever since then?
Yes, it's been there since we got down here. Or wait, no, you took your test on your phone,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
guess you put it there when you went up to
Oh yeah.
do whatever you did.
Eating things.
Mhm. He's a very busy guy
Mm-hmm.
doing his own
Everybody knows
things.
this.
It's a well-known fact. Ethan is always busy doing Ethan things.
Yeah. He charges me like 20 on the hour to be on the broadcast,
Yeah.
but he's worth it. Let me tell you.
He gets paid.
What?
What?
I paid to come here. I had to get gas.
That was not part of pre setup agreement.
We don't have a contract.
Yeah, it's in blood.
No, we don't. You don't have my blood.
I
I
do
didn't
now.
even bleed when I peeled the potatoes and accidentally peeled myself. I didn't even bleed. You still don't have my blood.
Blood? Listen, on the cosmic scale, blood means skin, organic matter, anything.
You don't have that
I
either.
got it.
It's in the trash can.
Where the treaty is.
Mm-mm. No. Oh, I got one really soft potato.
Ooh. One that was sitting at the bottom?
Yeah, I think it must have been at the bottom of the crock pot.
This is actually really fire. Thank you so much, Natalie.
Yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
I'm so glad you guys like it because you will have leftovers. R.I.P. titty? Nothing happened to my tits.
So we have a leak in our ceiling somewhere, and it filled up one of the ceiling titties in the apartment. Oh no! And it fell out this morning around like 9 a.m. and scared me in my sleep. Rest in peace, titty.
My bad for assuming that it was about my tits. I apologize for that. That was on
It would
me.
have been about mine, trust me.
You have the flattest tits possible.
That's so rude. You would never say that to a woman.
No. Because I love women. However, you, like, literally don't even qualify for a training bra.
That's hurtful.
Good. It was meant to be.
I would only say that if my tits were bigger than hers.
Most people don't have bigger tits than I do.
Quite
That's
an
just a
astounding
fact.
feat. Oh, you finished yours?
Don't call me Nat.
Oh yeah, I'm all done.
Don't call me Nat. My name is Natalie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Thank you. I
We had
accept your
that problem
apology.
earlier.
I accept your apology, but I'm pretty sure you've been in chat when we've discussed this before.
Yeah,
So I
was
don't
thinking
fully
about
accept it.
that.
Man, you messed up, Blue.
You messed up big time.
You know what, though? I dead named you, so you get one time.
Me and Aaron just discussed my brain issues.
You get one chance. And if you do it again, I'm banning you. So make that choice for yourself.
I'm eating soup. Is it soup or stew?
I feel like it's
This
more
is
stew.
more stew.
That's
Because
what I
there's
thought.
not... Because I took half of it and put it onto the, like, stovetop and a lot of the liquid boiled out, there's, I don't think, enough liquid to consider it soup.
Okay. So are we clickbaiting right now?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, well, it was initially intended to be soup, so no, we're not clickbaiting.
Okay.
I
don't care.
just-
I
I
was
just
wondering.
fucked up the cooking.
I be clicking baiting all day, baby. I actually should click bait more.
That's how you get the views.
Mm-hmm. And once they're in, they either leave or they don't care. That's what I'm all about. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to chat about today, or make known, or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Natalie, this is the one time you've been on the Chek broadcast,
Mm-hmm.
and probably the only time for a while that you
Yep.
will be.
I think we have plans for 10 months from now.
Oh, for real?
I'm coming when Knox is coming.
Oh,
100% I'm coming when Knox is coming.
Okay, I'll be sick. All right. So, if you got nothing left, I'll go ahead and run us out here.
Cheers to the girls.
Cheers to the girls. Thank you so much for joining us for today's broadcast. It's in like 8 parts because we had some issues. Don't worry about it. I hope everybody has a wonderful morning, a good night, a great afternoon, an incredible evening. And if I never see you again, I hope you have a good life. Peace out, home slice. Yeah.
I am a classy girl, I do a classy twirl. I like to spin around, I like to spin around. Did you know girls have sisters just like how boys have brothers? And us classy girls are so mindful of others. Keeping it real cute, keeping it demure, keeping it classy, but I'm still girl, I do a classy twirl. I like to spin around, I like to spin around. Did you know girls have sisters just like how boys have brothers? And us classy girls are so mindful of others. Keeping it real cute, keeping it demure, demure.